Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the updated analysis inside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, talking about the massive correction that we just saw over the weekend. This correction has caused a lot of people to start freaking out. Many people are calling the cycle top already explaining that the bear market is in. I'm going to be covering some of these thoughts and perspectives, giving you guys two different scenarios that I think is going to be playing out for crypto, and explaining why I don't actually think that this is the cycle top. This is just a short-term correction before we ultimately make new all-time highs very soon. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server of over 21,000 members and growing. Links are provided for you in the description for the people that want to join my community and sign up. On top of that, if you're new and you want extra educational content, go ahead and download my free ebook and beginner's guide to crypto. Lots of cool information to help you guys understand the basics of investing. So I've made it free to download. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Now, before we jump into this video, guys, I wanted to make an update for anybody that's been interested in my NFT project. We do have an available whitelist, and so if you guys want to be the first people to actually get access to mint one of these NFTs, you guys are going to need to hurry up and join the whitelist. I'm going to link it inside the description. I'm going to link the website so you guys can come watch over this information, but I'm mainly going to be talking about the whitelist. There's only 2,000 spots available, so if you're somebody that's been interested in joining this project, you guys want to make sure that you get first access so that the pre-sale isn't sold out by the time the public sell is live, then this is where you guys are going to be able to do it. So make sure you guys follow the link inside the description, follow how to actually go ahead and sign up for that whitelist so that you guys can get access to this NFT when it launches. Now, the big thing that we're going to be covering today is obviously the massive correction that we just went through. Now, a lot of people are shaken up because of this sell-off. It was a lot bigger and more ferocious than most people were expecting, myself included. I'd be lying to you if I said that I expected this big of a shakeout on the downside. But with that being said, although I wasn't expecting it, it doesn't really change anything in the bigger picture. And I wanted to explain to you guys kind of my thoughts. Now, with this sell-off, it's given me an extra scenario that I wanted to cover today. And I wanted to explain to you guys really what I think could be playing out inside the Bitcoin chart. Now, originally, what we were talking about was that we got a clear first impulse off of the lows. We pretty much got our first impulse right here, 5 impulse waves up, and then we got this short-term ABC correction back down, right? And so this most recent impulse that we saw, I was talking to you guys about how we already finished wave 1, and then this one was wave 1 of 3. And so this is still a very valid scenario that we're watching for, either that this is stacking 1 waves, and this was just a little bit of a deeper correction inside of wave 1, which you guys need to remember. Inside of a 1 wave, we can actually retrace up to 99.9% of the impulse, right? And so having this wick that came all the way back down, it doesn't actually invalidate the wave count at all. In fact, 1 waves, you're oftentimes going to see deeper corrections that come all the way back down to pretty much the breakout of the impulse where it began. And so this itself is still kind of following along to the same trading plan that I've had outlined. Basically, we just got a deeper correction inside of wave 1 of 3. There really isn't a whole lot of difference here. Now, there is another scenario that I do want to talk to you guys about that I think that this could be an alternative wave count. I would say that this is really my scenario B because I still am kind of following along that this is just stacking 1 waves. But the other scenario is actually that this was wave 1, this was wave 3, and then this most recent move into new all-time highs was wave 5. And then what we saw after that point was an ABC correction back down, retesting wave 4, right? Now, these are two scenarios that I honestly don't know exactly which one is going to be the most accurate one. I think either or really point to a clear direction. But I do think that this is another one that we should consider here because it is possible. If this one is actually true, then that means that this entire impulse off of the $29,000 support level, instead of this just being a 1 wave and then this being 1 of 3, this entire move was only wave 1. And so we're either a little bit lagging compared to prior cycles, or we're actually, still just right on path with what we've seen with stacking one waves. I don't really care which one is going to be the accurate wave count because it really doesn't matter to me. But depending on which direction the market decides to go, we can look at this a couple different ways. So first things first, if this entire move is a one wave and this was our correction back down, we would expect that the bottom's in and we're going to start going back up again. Well, if this is going to be the case, if this is actually our correct wave count, it's important to look at our Fibonacci targets. So if we come all the way up to here and back down, we're going to know that if this is wave 1, we're going to be expecting to see wave 3. If this truly is going to be the way the wave count is working, then the next wave has to go at least to the 1618, which is going to be taking us over $100,000. And so this is only if the next impulse is the same size as the one that we just saw, which generally is a rule of thumb. You're going to see these 3 waves go up way higher than the 1618. You're oftentimes going to see them go all the way upwards of the 2618. So if this is wave 1, if this entire move that we just saw is only a one-wave impulse, and we're getting wave 3 next, we could very easily see wave 3 take us all the way to the 2618, which is going to be about $142,000 per Bitcoin. And then even after that, we're still going to get another 5-wave impulse until we're done with this cycle. And so when I look at this chart, guys, whichever wave count really is going to be the one that we follow, it doesn't necessarily matter because both of these setups, whether you're drawing it from this being a wave 1, or whether you're drawing it from stacking one waves like we've talked about originally, if this is stacking one waves, then we get roughly the same targets. I mean, if this is wave 1, and this is wave 1 of 3, we have to go to at least 78K in this next impulse to be confirmed 3-wave. Generally, as a rule of thumb, you're going to see wave 3 come up to the 2618, which is going to be, a little over 100K per Bitcoin. So, in my opinion, no matter what way you really look at the Elliott waves, no matter what way you look at Fibonacci, I, in my opinion, just think that we're going to be heading upwards of 100K, no matter what way you try and draw the waves, whether this entire move is a wave 1, whether it's 2 wave 1s stacking on top of each other. It doesn't necessarily change the bigger picture. And even if we measure this most recent wave, we have to go to at least the 1618 for this next one to be confirmed wave 3. So we're looking at an easy 100K per Bitcoin, in my opinion, no matter what way you try and shake it. Whatever way you try and analyze it, Elliott wave, Fibonacci, all of the above pretty much point that we're going to be heading upwards of 100K in the next move. And so I did want to give you guys this basic update just as a way to summarize how there is the potential that this entire move is wave 1 rather than this just being 2 stacking 1 waves. It doesn't really change anything. I think the big picture, we need to continue to focus on really just how bullish this setup looks. On the bigger time frames, really nothing has changed for the most part. We did get this big fake out once we did break new all-time highs. And so this shakeout on the downsides caused a lot of people to start panicking. I don't blame them necessarily. If you don't understand the big picture, these types of moves are going to shake you out, simply put. We've been in crypto enough. We've experienced these types of shakeouts that it's not really anything unheard of. It's nothing uncustomary. And so for me, in my trading plan, nothing changes. I'm still holding. I still think we're going to be going up higher. And so there's no point in getting shaken out after a big correction. At least wait for the dust to settle. Now, let's talk about Ethereum, because in my opinion, altcoins are holding much stronger than Bitcoin is. It can be kind of hard to say exactly what's happening with Bitcoin. There's a couple wave counts that we can go off of, but when it comes to looking at Ethereum, in my opinion, the altcoins look a lot stronger than Bitcoin does, and Ethereum is kind of, the ultimate test of that. What Ethereum did, we had this breakout into new all-time highs, we got our first pullback, we got a really nice bounce off of the previous highs, rallied back up, but then we got this massive shakeout. Now, what's interesting to me about Ethereum is we got the same size shakeout, arguably maybe even bigger than Bitcoin's, roughly the same size though. We got this massive shakeout, but the price chart itself closed back above support. Ethereum itself never made a lower low. It held above previous support. And now, even on the shorter time frames, we can see another strong wick that's coming in here. These are really bullish looking setups. And assuming that Ethereum is going to hold support above this red line at, 4,000 approximately, assuming that we're going to continue to hold support here, there's no reason to doubt that we're not going to be bouncing into new all-time highs, because that's literally the only thing that we have left to do here inside of this cycle. We've already flipped the previous all-time highs. In my opinion, this was just a shakeout, nothing more. This will ultimately be a support, and then we'll go back up into another new all-time high. Bitcoin will follow suit, but ultimately I think it's altcoins and Ethereum's turn to shine. We're going to see the alts really outperform Bitcoin at the latter part of the cycle. With how the altcoins absorbed that last dip, I think that it's a really telltale sign that that's going to be the case. We're going to be breaking out very soon. I mean, you don't see these types of dips with wicks that are already getting bought up way back, closing well above the previous level. You don't see that happen inside of a market that's just about to crash. This is the type of market structure, price action that you see right before a market breaks up again. And so I honestly, nothing's changed. Yeah, it was a nasty sell-off. Yeah, it was very volatile. It happened on a weekend. Weekends are oftentimes a very volatile period. It's either a lack of volatility or there's just randomly those days where we get these massive sell-offs. In this case, that was one of those days. Nothing has changed, though. I mean, Ethereum's still holding support. Even if we look at the likes of Solana, Solana was another one of those that actually held its level pretty strongly. It was a pretty nasty dip, but Solana has done a really good job of really holding support through in here. You know, with Ethereum, in my opinion, kind of being the best at that. Now, guys, this is really important because if we're seeing Bitcoin, you know, holding less strength than Ethereum, that's a very, very bullish sign for altcoins, because whenever Bitcoin dumps, altcoins are going to dump harder. It's a rule of thumb. But when you see Bitcoin dump and altcoins actually hold up better, that always shows that there's a lot of money that are circulating into altcoins. This looks bullish to me. This looks like something that's going to rebound. Even if we only go for a lower high, I think that we rebound upwards of 53 to 54,000. You know, we could crash and go back down. In my opinion, this bottom's most likely in. You don't see these type of shakeouts on the downside with it, you know, leading to more continuation. On average, you're going to see these become support bottoms before we start going back up again. So I did want to give you guys this update as a way to kind of summarize some thoughts with Bitcoin. I know I've had a lot of people that were worried. A lot of people are really stressing about what to expect moving forward. People think that the bull run's canceled because we got this extra shakeout. Nothing really has changed. In my opinion, this is still just as bullish as before. We are, you know, obviously we're going to be at a little bit of a standstill because we did get a deeper correction rather than just breaking out. But guys, here's the thing. We've seen this play out so many different times over the cycles. Every single dip has been completely bought up. And when we see deep dips like this, massive sell-offs, even though it's not nearly the same size as what we saw back in March, it's still very much similar as far as the price action itself. Massive sells, big deep wicks that come in here, and it usually always bounces back up. The fact that we're in a bull run means that historically we're going to rebound. Nothing really changes. And so I did want to give you guys this basic update just as a way to kind of simplify some of those emotions that I know that you guys are feeling, kind of as a way to pretty much just help you guys ignore all of that, look past to the bigger picture, because in my opinion, ETH is pretty much showing the way of the rest of the market. And because ETH hasn't actually failed support, ETH is holding support, ETH is looking really strong, I think that we're going to keep seeing these markets uptrend from here. So I'll keep you guys updated. Remember, if you guys found value in this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to get access to my new NFT project, remember there's only 2,000 spots available for the whitelist. I'm going to link in the description the link for you guys to go ahead and sign up for that. If you guys have been interested in my project, you guys want to get first access, I don't know how many people are going to be signing up for the whitelist, but if we get enough people on that, if we max out 2,000 members and everybody buys, you know, a couple NFTs, then there really won't even be hardly any left for the public sell. And so if you guys do want to make sure that you get one, the whitelist is available for you guys to join. Links are in the description for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.